Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Linux Users Group. Today, in today's meeting number 3, we're going to be talking about the Ubuntu beta 2, the final beta that's going to be eventually, just in a few days, this Thursday. It's going to be the actual official release, or based on that. And today I have here Tyler with me, which we'll probably have to run in the middle of this, but let's see how much of Tyler we can get. Say hello to everybody, Tyler.
Hello.
So, Tyler, where can they find you online? I normally ask you this at the end, but where you may have to go in the middle of the broadcast, we'll go ahead and ask you now.
Yeah, YouTube. That's about it.
All right. And again, as always, his YouTube link will be in the bottom of the screen. And one of the things me and Tyler's been talking about is possibly both of us hosting every meeting. So, Tyler, I think that's probably what's going to end up happening pretty soon. So that's pretty cool.
Probably.
Yep. So anyways, folks, we are going to have guest speakers, but we ain't been getting any. So me and Tyler's going to be speaking this week. And we're going to be talking about the new Ubuntu beta, which just in a few days is going to be the new Ubuntu. And so I just installed. Yeah, so I've got it installed in a VM here. And what we've got going on here is a pretty good system. I know it's not supposed to be stable, but I really haven't had any issues testing in this VM in this particular environment. I ain't really been pushing the machine very hard or running very much on it, so maybe I just haven't found any of the bugs. But I'm assuming, considering as close as they are to the final release, which is this Thursday, I figured they probably ironed out most of the issues by now. Wouldn't you think so?
Yeah, probably.
So we're opening Krita here, which is a nice little editor, just to see how well it runs here. And you can see, folks, on the screen there, it seems to be running just fine. Let's try creating a new document here. And let's just say US letter, 300 PPI is fine. Not going to actually make anything, obviously, in the middle of the show, but this is just something we can use just to see if it's working, Just test it real quick for you folks. Because Krita is very popular, so I thought some people might want to see how well it runs. And, well, the new document doesn't seem to be doing what it's supposed to be doing. That may just be because it's a VM. But
you never can really tell too well with a VM, to be honest.
Yeah, I'll probably be installing this on hardware when it becomes an LTS here later this week. I won't install it on all my systems, but I think I'll probably install it on one. I got a laptop I don't do much with. I'll probably install it on it because it's like, hey, if it breaks it, what's the big deal? I don't use it that much anyways.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm not too concerned about it. And I think I think Krita here has actually made Ubuntu lock up because none of the menus are clicking for me anymore.
Oh boy. Okay, maybe we found a bug.
We found a bug, folks. Okay, so that's
one reason why this is a beta.
Yes, it is a beta. So let's do a restart, a forced restart here. That didn't work. So,
nope.
Folks, this is why you don't run betas until that they're operational, until that they're an LTS.
Another great example of why you don't run them. Say you want the server and something with Java. They're using Java 9 right now, and that really screws things up.
Yeah, Java 9. Now we did install Java 9 on this, and Minecraft would run on this, folks. Me and Tyler did test some of the stuff the other day in this VM here off the air, and we did not really see any issues the other day. So I'm thinking we may be all right.
There was one.
Yeah, there was one thing.
Technical Launcher, which is just a mod pack launcher for Minecraft, did not run.
That is true, which I'm assuming they need to update it. So that is something that will probably be updated. Yeah, that's something that will probably be updated very shortly. So we're just waiting for the machine to finish booting back up here. So if you guys haven't seen Ubuntu 18.04 Beta 2 boot up, now you have. You've seen it now, folks. We see it, so you don't have to. I don't know why that was going. Yeah, we see Ubuntu failing, so you don't have to, right? We see the beta mess up, so you don't have to, right?
Our motto.
Yes,
you don't have to.
Yeah, we test stuff, so we can tell you it doesn't work. So, my assumption is it's probably having issues because it's in a VM. Krita is pretty powerful, and this VM doesn't have that much resources. So that's probably not Ubuntu's fault. But Discord will run. And Tyler did check. Discord will run on this. Krita, in theory, will run. It did open. So it seems to be working. I will say one thing that they do is if you open up a terminal, if you're used to working in a terminal, if config doesn't work anymore because they do not include net tools. If I can type today, folks, I am just the worst typist today. You'll see. What do you see here? Command if config can be installed with net tools because net tools is not installed. So if you want it, guys, if you're like me and you do, I thought that would be an important thing to point out. Then you definitely want to go out and install net tools. If I can type, goodness, I'm the worst typist ever today.
Failing to type, wonderful.
That is not Ubuntu's fault. Did I type my password right? Yeah, I got that right.
History, man.
At least I typed my password right on the first try.
True.
So, and I couldn't even see my mistypes in that if I did it wrong. So anyways, yeah. So now once you install NetTools, you can do that. So if you're like me and you like using the old if config command to get information about your network and everything, then you're going to need that. And so now you can do that. It does come with Python. Let's see, what version of Python do they ship in the repos? 3.6.5, which is pretty good right there, really. I think that's the latest version. So, and then I believe they also have just Python 2 as well. Yeah, they still have Python 2.7 Python 2.7.x, and so they do still have that around, as ancient as it is. And
we somewhere.
Yeah, you got to have your legacy. I mean, I still have a few 2.7 stuff out there that I haven't ported to 3 yet, so I guess I could see that. We did install Java. As you can see there, Java's installed. Java runs fine for most applications. I think we have Minecraft in downloads. We can
Yeah. I think we just went over that also.
Well, we did, but we didn't show it. I feel like people want to see it.
Yeah.
So.
And still there?
Yeah, it's still there, but it's not. I don't know what it is. Oh, I didn't do dash jar. Duh. That's better.
Yeah.
Hey, folks, so let's start running Minecraft.
Or you could just click it. I mean, that's how we normally run it.
Yeah, but I'm a nerd. I want to do everything from a terminal. So here we go. You can see it starting up. And so far, so good.
We like our terminals.
Yes, we like our terminals. We sure do. So we're waiting for Minecraft to finish loading here, and it looks like it's loading. And there you go. It's waiting for login. I'm not going to log in on the air, obviously. Plus, it's a VM. It wouldn't play very good anyways. Yeah. So let's look at the system resources. Yeah, and that one will not run. So if we run that.
Yeah, let's do that issue.
Yeah. So if we run that, hold on. If we run that one, you're going to see some problems with it here. But I was just going to show the system resources of the system here. So I give the VM 2 CPUs and about 2 gigs of RAM. And so you can see right there, we're using about 906, 910, something like that megs of RAM. About 45% of the RAM's in use right now. We got 2 CPUs that are active. And yeah, so that is what's going on with the CPU situation right now. And so yeah, that's what's going on with the CPU situation. You can see the files and everything being managed. This is system monitor and everything, just showing what's going on. And
as we can see, it's clearly not opening. There's our issue.
Yeah, exactly.
It does not open.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to go ahead and just kill Java. And there you go. And it was that easy, folks. We were able to stop Java, and stop that error application. And by the way, in a few weeks, folks, I am going to be doing a talk on Bash. At least that's my plan. So if you're interested in Bash scripting under Linux, then that would be the talk to watch. So if you want to be able to do things like while true, and then go, let me think here. What's echo? Here we go. So let's do echo. Hello, YouTube. And then go sleep 2 seconds. And then we can go done. Or not.
Or you can type
no. No, we got to do. Hold on.
Bash today, can you?
I can't do anything, okay? It's just a bad day. Okay, the
And
point is, folks.
pretty late for you, also, I guess.
No, it's not. It's not. I got up at 4 a.m.
Oh, you got up at
So
4? What? Okay, that's weird.
yeah, hold on.
Let
Let me figure out what I'm doing. Is it then or do? It's do, isn't it? Yeah, it's do. Okay, folks, and there you go. Now, well, I shouldn't have put sleep in there. I wanted it to actually be a little bit faster than that. Here, watch this. That's better.
Okay, that works.
If you want to be able to do that, then that's when you're going to come here for. By the way, Tyler, you got an echo on your audio feed, so.
Yeah, I think I can't really fix that here in Hangouts.
Yeah, just mute your mic when you're not talking. I installed H-Tops on here. H-Tops. H-Top, sorry. Yeah, H-Top is installed. Yeah, H-Top is installed. And it seems to be running pretty good. So I ain't really got any issues with H-Top or H-Top running, I mean. So pretty much everything you'd expect. You can SSH and everything. Why'd I open help? You can open. Neither do I. All right, so you can SSH into everything that you need to real easy. There's no problems with SSH compatibility. Or what was that? So you can see SSH. I can SSH into another machine. This is one of my 1604 Ubuntu systems on the network here. No problem there. And yeah. So again, SSH works. Really not. I really don't see any issues. Like the only thing I would say is there was something that I don't like that the dock does. See this right here with the dock? I don't like the ability. I don't like the fact that I can slide something out of the dock and it let me do that. Ubuntu fix that. That shouldn't be possible.
Ubuntu, please fix.
Yeah, please. Yeah, fix that, guys. I don't like being able to slide windows under the dock. Which, to be honest, I'm probably not going to. When I install 1804, I will probably install the styled GNOME desktop from Ubuntu, the canonical people. I will probably just go ahead and install what I have on my 1604 systems, which is actually a customized installation of GNOME, which is the generic GNOME with a couple customizations, a theme customization, an icon set customization, and then I also have a dock plugin that they aren't using. It's a different one that I use for a dock at the bottom of the screen.
Like Mac.
It looks a lot like Mac, but Mac is my preferred style of system. I'm not the biggest fan of Apple these days, but I kind of still like that kind of an experience. So, what do you do when you want a Unix, Linux style environment and you don't want to use Mac OS? Well, you either go to Linux or BSD, obviously. And I would go to BSD, folks. I mean, I know this is a Linux users group, but I would go to BSD. The reason I won't go to BSD is Firefox? Oh, Firefox is closed because we had to restart the VM. I thought I had it open. The reason I won't go to BSD, folks, this is all semi-related to Linux, is because BSD doesn't have as good a software support as Linux, honestly. Like, for example, I can't install Spotify on it. They don't make a binary for that. They don't make. I know. And then also a lot of Python incompatibilities on BSD, because I hear a lot of people say that you should just use BSD if you want a Unix, Linux style environment, right? Or, well, I should just say a Unix style environment, because Linux is Unix styled anyways in a lot of ways. But
it's Linux. It's Linus's Unix.
Yeah, that's what Linux. Yeah, folks, if you didn't know that. So, but let's talk about some of the things that changed. So they're using the 4.15 kernel. So if we do a uname here, this episode is or this meeting is very technical. But you can see we got the 4.15 X kernel here, so that's always good. That's a nice recent kernel. And then they've also got beta builds of the official flavors as well. They talk about it here on the OMG Ubuntu website. And so, yeah, folks, there's a lot of things that have changed. For one thing, they now have the GNOME to do app in here. They are back to using the X server, which they have been doing for a while. This stuff they've been doing since 1710 after 1710, the first beta here, since they've been doing this. They got the color emoji support for the whole two people that actually care. They've got
what support for the two people who care?
Color emoji support for the two people that actually care. Linux is not. Linux users do not care about emojis. I don't think. I don't know any that does.
No, not that much. I really don't give a darn. So long as they load.
Yeah, that's fine.
Get a big fat box.
Yeah, that's all that really matters. We've got. Yeah, they're using a lot of the default apps now in Ubuntu are being installed via the Snap system, which, quite frankly, I don't like Snap. I personally think App Image is a better system, but I kind of still just like the way App does things the best. It's like, I know as a developer that you get a little bit better compatibility with Snap and with App Images, but it's like, yeah, but I still like the convenience as the user just going sudo apt install X. To me, that's just easy. I know there's similar commands for Snap, and I don't think there is anything for App Images, but I don't see apt or yum install or anything like that going away anytime soon. I think we're going to have deb and yum packages for a long time. At least I hope so, because I do like them.
Are pretty much a staple of Debian system.
I know. I mean, that would be really sad if they went away. And so, folks, they do have daily builds, and the daily builds, they do a daily build every day, and so depending on when you look at this, it may be slightly different, but like I said, from what I've seen, it seems to be pretty stable. There's really not, from what I've seen, any issues, right? I mean, I ain't seen any issues. If we look here,
we got not tons of problem, but Ubuntu ain't one. Ubuntu.
Yeah, exactly. So if you look at what's new, so we got a lot of stuff. Oh, this is farther down in the list. Sorry. Okay, so but this is their release notes. They've already put those out, folks, and they're just basically indicating when you upgrade from 1710 or 1604 LTS, what's going on, what's going to need to be done. One of the questions I wonder is, will they push the update to everybody on day one if you're already installed, or because from what I'd heard, they're going to wait until the next dot release. So if you're already on it, you're going to have to do a forced upgrade or do a reinstall if you want it on day one. I'm not in that much of a hurry, so I'll probably just wait until they do a dot release, which is usually a couple weeks out after the first release, because I'm not in that much of a hurry, folks. It's, to me, 1604 and 1804, there's nothing really in 1804 I need today, but you can do a forced install. They do talk about how to do that. And they do talk about, different changes. Like I said, they are using the 15 kernel, the 4.15. So new since the 1710, they've got some new stuff available for the network manager. Really, most of this stuff is in the back end, unless you're an uber nerd or geek, or you are just in the situation that you are a developer, right? You're probably not going to be too concerned about these changes, right? They're mostly library changes, right?
Right.
So interesting enough here. So they need to really update this. It says Python 2 is not installed by default. Did I already install Python 2 on this? Because I seem to remember they didn't. I don't remember. So, folks, we'll have to double check that. The installer no longer offers encrypting the home directory. It's recommended to just do full hard drive encryption instead. OpenSSH server now will refuse to use RSA keys smaller than 1024 bits. That's a good change. On the desktop front, so I think that was all server. On the desktop front, X is now the new default display server. Wayland is a technical preview. Yeah. LibreOffice has been upgraded to version 6. The apps provided by GNOME have been upgraded to 3.28. And then you can go here to see those release notes. We'll be putting these links in the description. The calendar now supports the weather forecast. That is cool. If somebody likes the weather, I'm going to have to check that feature out. Did not realize they had that.
Mr. Weather over here is going to be very happy. Also, Mr. Weather. A slight tangent. I am going to have to leave here for a little bit. I will be back, though, hopefully.
Very well. So, yeah, we did say here at the beginning that he would have to leave probably in the middle of this, so that's fine. I'll go ahead and mute your audio, and you just come back when you can.
Okay.
All right, folks. Anyways, so his audio is muted now, and back to what we were talking about. So, yeah, the calendar does support weather forecast. Let's actually open that up real quick. I would like to see that right now. Why that we are checking this out. Let's see here. Let's see. I think they mean the embedded calendar here, don't they? Or is that what they mean? Maybe not. Hold on a minute, folks. Let's find this out. I hate it when it doesn't autocomplete to Google. G automatically means Google, folks. That's what it should mean, if you ask me. That's what it should always autocomplete to. Okay, here we go. Apps calendar. Yeah, let's see. They mean the full GUI app, I think. Now, I did a minimal install on this, by the way. That is one of the options you have from the installer. They did not actually put the metadata stuff in there yet. So that's definitely something that they're working on. I'm going to see here. Okay, so I'm assuming that the calendar would be GNOME calendar. Open a shell up. Oh, wrong command, folks. Okay, let's just try this out. Sudo apt install GNOME calendar. See if this works. And yes, it does. Okay, so let's install GNOME calendar and see what that new feature is. So this is installing just from the regular repos. I haven't added any repos to this yet, as far as I remember. Had this VM for a few days, folks, so we're just testing it out. Just trying to give you that beta experience. Here's calendar. Let's check it out. And okay, so calendar settings, online accounts. Where would it be at, I wonder? They may not actually shipped it yet. Or may have to take it out or something where it's a beta. I don't know. Yeah, because I don't see anything here. Oh, the weather. Here it is. It is in there. It just shows. Okay, it shows your. Oh, nice. So 66.9 degrees is actually not exactly the correct temperature, but it's close. Location disabled. Okay. Let's look at the privacy settings. All right. Connectivity checking on. Problem reporting automatic. I'm probably going to turn this off. Purge trash and temporary files. Automatically empty trash. Automatically purge. There we go. That's always nice. Location services. That's going to be off. Screen lock is on. So that's kind of like what I'm looking at. Let's look at sharing. So you get the computer name. All kinds of different things in here, folks. Pretty cool. We've got the different resolutions and everything. So they do support some pretty wide variety resolutions and everything today. And with that note, let me check the chat room for the first time in today's meeting to see if we have anyone in the chat. No, we don't. Okay. That's worth checking, guys. If you guys have anything to chime in, this would be the time to do it, folks. We are in the chat, monitoring the chat. Try to do so a couple times throughout the meeting, towards the end generally. But we do try to do that a decent amount, as much as we can. So that is something we try to do. So again, if you have any questions, now would be the time to bring those questions up, like I said. So we do know you guys have a lot of questions, or at least we would hope you guys would have a lot of questions, right? So if you guys have any questions, now would be the time to ask. Now, anyways, let's get back to Ubuntu. So we've got all kinds of different things in here. We can go under details. You can see we're on the development branch, obviously. And so this is users and everything, calendar, all that. You got your date time settings, pretty standard stuff. I do like their new settings app, though. They've had this for a while in the betas, but I do like this. I do think it's actually pretty cool. This is online accounts. See what else they've got down here. Oh, that's nice. They've got pretty much everything you could think of. IMAP, Microsoft Exchange, to-do list, everything. Foursquare, Pocket, Flickr, Microsoft account. Why would you want a Microsoft account on Linux? I don't know. Facebook, Nextcloud, Google. I don't really use any of this stuff. If I was going to use any of this stuff, I'd probably use the enterprise login stuff, because that's probably the only thing I would ever see the need for, because I would like to be able to do that kind of thing in the future. It's something I've worked on before, but just never really got around to, Had a lot of issues with getting things to work the way I want. But so, folks, yeah, I mean, this is what we're talking about here. This is the new Ubuntu beta. So, yeah, it's based on the GNOME desktop. I personally think it's not the most amazing thing in the world. It's, it's an incremental update, I would say. It's nothing that amazing, but it is pretty cool, for sure. And so, yeah, I think that we are going to be seeing some adoption of this for sure. I do like the minimal install and option. One thing I really do wish that I would see them do is I really wish that they would put the collection of data, the system diagnostics, as an opt-in instead of an opt-out, because it's an opt-in right now. But the installer, when I installed this, didn't have that. So from what I heard in the community, that is something they're going to be adding. So we can go in here and we can look at the software settings and everything. Let's see what repositories are connected here. So just what you expect, just the standard stuff here. So pretty cool. So yeah, I really don't see anything in here that's that really different from the current one. I really wish another thing that I would have seen Ubuntu do is, and the Canonical people, is actually fix this ugly default theme. Like, they really need to do that. Like, the dock looks great. The theme of the windows and that kind of stuff just looks really ancient, If we open up Discord here, you can see that ought to work just fine. Don't really seem to be having any issues. I think we are at the point now where you could probably install the beta and it would probably work, honestly, but I still wouldn't do so. But it's at the point now where I would say it would work pretty good if you had to, or not if you had to, but if you wanted to at this point. Again, it is an optional thing, but I think I could easily see it, being something that could make sense. So,
Electron apps.
And we can see that he is back. And yes, Discord is an Electron app, for those that don't know.
It's quite ironic. It says welcome back.
Yep. So there you guys go. Back. Yep. That's really good timing. So nice to have you back. So we are still talking here. But we've just to fill you in, we've just been talking about the settings app and how we just finished touching on the fact I hate the theme that they use. Like, if you open up a window in Ubuntu,
I think I was.
So, but the theme in Ubuntu, I mean, this theme is just ugly. He had to go again for a second, folks, I think. But this theme is just really ugly. I mean, it's just the worst. Just look at that theme. I mean, it's just not good. So, and I'll tell you something else too. They don't install the tweak tool by default. They really should do that. And I'd like to see them do that. Does this terminal ship with the ability to do tabs? Close tab, so I would think so. Okay, maybe not. I don't know. I don't use the default terminal anyways. Oh, I forgot. That wasn't like the regular. That was opened from the from HTOP. Wonder if it has a setting for that. Nope, I don't see it. Maybe not. Okay. Wait, preferences right here. Now let's see. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think that they do. Let's look at the theme variant. Open new terminals in a tab. There we go. So yes, this does still support it. That's a setting that I want. Like, oh, cool. Now it actually allows me to do this. Nice. So anyways, folks, so yeah, you can do that. Let's update the system. It's been a few days since I actually tried updating this, and because it's based on the nightly build, there's probably an update for something by now. And if there is, we should be able to talk about that too during today's meeting. If you do want to, while we're waiting, I will point out, if you do want to speak at one of the meetings, yeah, we got a lot of updates there. I'm going to go ahead and run those. I will say one thing. If you do want to speak at one of the meetings about a particular topic related to Linux, you must be 18 or older, and you can go to our website and actually submit that. In fact, while we're doing this, I'm going to show you that. So if you go to our website, which is vincentmaggard.com/the Linux users group, the-internet Linux users group. Yeah, probably should get a separate domain for that, folks, but that's, for now, it's there. Who knows how long I'll keep it there. It is just a personal project of mine. So as you can see, we got the sign in and everything, because we do require you to sign into your Google account. And then what you can do, you go to the form, you're able to actually submit a talk right here. You do need to be 18 or older to do this. You also do need to make sure you're willing to use Google Hangouts for the meeting. You can also go to our event page. This actually is a great place to go to see who's speaking and when. And so this has actually not been updated because we had to move the meeting, today's meeting, from yesterday to today due to some issues. But we are here today, so hopefully next Saturday we should be back on a regular time, folks. We're not getting as much people watching the meeting today. I would assume that's because they didn't plan on being around today because we had to make that change such last minutes.
Look at the time.
Yeah, like, exactly.
It's like 10 o'clock over here on the West Coast, and what, 1 o'clock for you?
Yes. Yeah. So some people, I'd say, probably have in the West Coast probably haven't even got up yet. Yeah. So, anyways, you got the Ubuntu. Today we're supposed to talk about the Ubuntu Beta 2, which we're viewing this in Ubuntu Beta 2. And I'll leave the old meetings up on the table for a few weeks. So, in another week or two, I'll probably take the first talk. That would be mine right up here off. But so actually, I thought there was a talk last week for the drivers. I never even put that on there. I forgot to. I was gonna say I thought this was our third meeting. Yes, I am.
Wait, I think I saw it on the YouTube page, didn't?
No, it's on the YouTube page, but I didn't put it on the topics here, so I should put that up there.
Okay, yeah, no, you forgot that.
Yeah.
Dummy.
Yep, and also we're going to be having a videos page where we'll have the videos of each meeting available, and that will be /videos. That you can go to for the page. It's not up yet. That's something I'm going to put up later today. So hopefully by the time you're seeing this, if it's not early today, the day we're recording, which is Sunday the 22nd. So if it's after that, it's more than likely up there by now. But we're going to put all the meetings up there. They all are recorded. I was saying if you want to speak, that's great. But keep in mind, your image is going to be on the air. You have to be okay with that. Your image will be public. And second, we prefer for you to have a webcam. Third, it's nice to have something scheduled. We will need a form of contact. Preferably, we prefer either a Discord or phone for contact, but we will take an email if it's a last ditch requirement. But you do have to use Google Hangouts. We're also willing to use Google Hangouts throughout the week to communicate with you, because one of the things you should know is when you schedule a talk, we do communicate throughout the week with you to try to let you know. The admins do. That would be myself and Tyler. We're the two admins. We do try to communicate throughout the week with you and say, hey, we also have another admin, but that admin is not that admin doesn't really do callbacks for that kind of stuff. They're more kind of behind the scenes than they are, on camera and everything. But me and Tyler generally are the ones that will reach out to you, and we're going to say, hey, we've seen you submitted a talk. We'd love to have your talk. It sounds great. When would be a good time for you to do that? And we'll reach out to say, hey, when would be a good time to schedule your talk? Then what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that you can use Google Hangouts and everything, and you don't have any issues. We're going to make sure your mic sounds good and everything, and your webcam looks good. These are all things that are important because our meetings are virtual. Yeah, we want everything to be very smooth. We want to make sure that that the meeting can start on time, even though every meeting we've had has been a couple minutes late. But that's something that we generally are going to do. When we say 6 o'clock Eastern time, 2200 UTC, what we mean is about that. So just pull up the page and YouTube will start playing the video as soon as we go live. That's one nice thing about the YouTube live video player is when we do go live, it will automatically start playing, assuming it is setting there. So you can Chromecast us to your TV. You can get us on your Roku app and on the YouTube Roku app and watch us on your TV. So if you want to sit back and relax, get you a beverage, you can be entertained to talk about Linux for an hour. We always invite you to join us in the chat. And let's see if anyone's in the chat today. It's an off day, so my assumption is probably not, but we're going to check anyways. Nope, nobody's in the chat right now. We do have one. We do have a few viewers watching, but they're not interested in being in the chat. So, guys, if you want to tune in and actually watch and talk to us, that would be the whole purpose of the chat room. But you can always just listen to us talk for an hour or two. So me and what's his name here, Tyler, we will be doing this every week. We're both the main admins in the group, and we are the ones that will be introducing and ending each meeting and also introducing talks. If you do want to do a talk with us, one other thing I'll point out about that is you can have me and Tyler talk with you. We will interject a little bit anyways, but if you want us to be a little bit more involved in your talk, we're more than happy to do so. You do need to know Yeah, or more discreet. But you do need to let us know if you want us to be more involved in your talk ahead of time, preferably at least a week ahead, so we have plenty of time to plan, out and help you, integrate us in a way that makes sense for all interested parties and the public. Uh, and again, so if you do want to join, we do require you to be 18 years of age or older. We do have a page on the main page for joining, not just for speaking. If you are just using the join form, you also need to be 18 or older. We do that just so we don't have to deal with the legalities of having people under the age of 18's information. The reason we like to get that information is so that way we can send out occasional notifications of major changes in the group, right? We're not going to spam you. We're not going to sell your information to third parties. And it's also a way to let us know how many people are members of what I hope to someday be the largest Linux users group in the world. And so it's a great tracking. It's a great tracking method for us.
What was that other one? There is one other that I've noticed.
Yes. Yeah. There's a lot of users groups out there. And so anyways, folks, one of the things we're going to ask you on the sign up form is we want to ask you what are you using Linux now? Are you going to be using Linux soon, right? These are questions that help us decide where we need to take the Linux users group. Do we need to, do we need to talk about certain things more or certain things less, right? I mean, if we have only a few users on Arch, no offense to Arch users, because I like Arch, then we're probably not going to talk about Arch as often as if we have hundreds of users or thousands of users that are interested in using Arch, right? So we're trying to tailor this users group to you. We do, as part of the users group, we do try to integrate the public. We do try to take your questions and everything. The last couple meetings, we're just getting started, has not really been, there's not really been any questions. Unfortunately, people seem to just be watching the broadcast instead of commenting on the broadcast and actually communicating. That was part of the idea I had for talks, is to get people's attention about a different topics and everything. And as I said, in a few weeks, I'm going to be doing a talk on bash scripting. So if you want to be able to just automate little simple things, a bash script is a great way to do that. And we're going to be talking about that here in a few weeks. And hopefully Tyler will be joining us again at that time. And hopefully. Yeah, folks. And so, folks, at this time, I'm going to go ahead and conclude the Linux users group. Again, go to our website, vincentmagger.com/the-internet-linux-users-group for more information. And also go to the events page for more information on our upcoming meetings. There will also soon be a live tab in the menu for watching the video feed live, even though we're having some issues with the player. So we'll probably end up just putting a YouTube link to take you to the page for that week's video. And there also is going to be a videos page. We're going to be doing a lot of work to the website here in the near future. So just keep that in mind. And thank you guys very much for watching. And don't forget to keep using Linux, guys. Thank you guys so much for all your support. And hopefully you guys will be switching to the Ubuntu beta soon and testing it out if you haven't already. And anyways, guys, that concludes the meeting. Have a good day.